Hi everybody, I'm here at Barnes & Noble and I'm kind of talking quiet. It's so busy in here. I might just have to start it here and then go outside or go into my car and talk. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be 80 degrees, so maybe we'll just take it outside. But I'm here at Barnes & Noble to look at some, if they have any new books in on different artists. But I wanted to talk to you about my favorite artist. Her name is Frida Kahlo. And she's from Mexico. She's not alive anymore. But Frida was married to a man named Diego Rivera. They were both artists, very famous. And how can you talk about Frida without having flowers in your hair? But anyway, she's an amazing woman. I love her art, and I love it because it portrays her feelings out in art. Well, that's really what art is all about. But she had a really interesting life, and at a young age, she was hit, and she was in a motor vehicle accident. She was on a bus that got struck, and she, since that day, has had nothing during her life, nothing but orthopedic problems. But back then, things couldn't get fixed the way maybe they could have if that happened today. Just horrific injuries and fractures, and spent many, many years in bed. She still continued to do art while in bed. And she wanted a baby so bad. She loved Diego very, very much. She was obsessed with him. They had a really kind of, maybe unhealthy relationship, some might say, but they really loved each other. But she was very obsessed with him. And she did get pregnant, and she did not end up having it was a stillbirth. I don't know all the details, but that pregnancy continued on for quite a while, and then something happened, and she gave birth, and she does not have that child. That child was not born alive. But this book I find interesting. And the reason why I find it so interesting is because what is her diary. So this is her illustrated diary over the last 10 years of her life. But how do you feel about that? What do you think? Because it says here for 40 years her diary was locked away. Nobody saw her diary. And then one day, I guess they decided, let's take it out and publish it. What do you think about that? I have mixed feelings because this is her private thoughts, her private feelings. Now it's in a book. I mean, look at all this. It is all of her thoughts and feelings. Oh, so much about Diego. Check this out. Amazing illustrations, just drawings in color, in pencil, lots and lots of words. Look at this. This looks like it's 1954. Is that April? Just such an interesting book. But I kind of feel like, are we reading something that was really private to her? And it's now public for everybody to read, all of her feelings. I realize she's not with us anymore. But anyway, it's a beautiful book. Here's the back of it. I'm not going to be purchasing this one, but this was a newer one that I hadn't seen before that I just wanted to kind of look at. I have a Frida Kahlo mug that's pink. I have a gorgeous Frida Christmas ornament that I use every year. I have a t-shirt of hers that I've had for many, many years. I just love her. There is one particular piece that she did, and I can't say what it is. It's unusual, and people might take it the wrong way, but it's what really speaks to me for a particular reason, and it's all of her deep pain coming out into this painting. And her deep pain is from Diego. We all have deep pain way down in there that we don't have outside living with us every minute of the day. But her feelings come out in these kind of shocking, sort of outrageous paintings. And that one would be considered probably very shocking to some people. I learned a long time ago not to say certain artists' paintings are weird, because I once referred to one as, that is the weirdest looking stuff, look at this. And a friend of mine who is an artist, very successful man, corrected me gently and said, you know, what's one person's junk is another person's, oh, how does it go? Person's junk is another person's treasure. And what looks weird or not very attractive to you is just the most beautiful portrait that anybody has ever seen in their life to another person. And I completely understand that, because that's how I feel about the handwriting and photography I used to do for all those years. It's like I would take these amazing photos of the sunset and have somebody's name or amazing date written down. And I would think, this is the most gorgeous thing I have ever seen in my life. How can people not be moved by this? It moves me. But it doesn't move everybody. And that's okay. That's why there's so many different types of artwork out there. There's so many different things that we can look at and enjoy and consider a song or a painting or a place that we go. The view of something really touches and moves one person and maybe doesn't have the same effect for another. But Frida's artwork really moves me. And nobody else's artwork does. I got mostly in my house military, lots of military artwork and paintings and things like that. My theme seems to be snow. I didn't purposely intend for it to be, but so many of my pieces are during the winter, but winter's my favorite month. So whatever speaks to you, art is intended to move us. Music is intended to move our spirit, keep us going at tough times, help us relate to other people. Going to museums is just so helpful, and is just something that can help us get through some tough times in life. So I just wanted to share about Frida Kahlo with you, and I want to know, who's your favorite? Who do you love? Let me finish with one last colorful, beautiful picture. Here we go. What's she saying here, those of you that know Spanish? What does it say?
Also haven't talked about
Yeah, so colorful, so beautiful. She loved flowers. She loved bright ink. She loved rings. Every picture you see of her, she has a ring on every finger. She loved jewelry. Anything that sparkled was her. She's a really remarkable woman, and I'm grateful that I have discovered her, did many, many years ago. So I just wanted to share that with you. Please let me know who your favorite is. I'd love to hear about it.